episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
Black magic. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome to another edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus, looking a little really light and white.
Are you all right, man? You need to see a doctor?
I'm feeling a little pale today. I don't know what it is with these lights, but it's this camera. Whenever I use this new web camera, it does this, but if I take it off, then the green screen doesn't work. It's just so weird. I'm your boy Zeus. Sit beside me, as always, my heterosexual life mate, the one, the only, Wellandwingnut, Steve Lambert. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
What is Amber laughing at already? Is she laughing at heterosexual life mate? What's going on, Will? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Garrett Oliver, hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Howdy. And oh man, right? Holy great. I'm you know what? I'm going to be auditioning for the part of the Grey Gargoyle in the Blade trilogy. Yeah.
I mean, when they say 50 Shades of Grey, they ain't kidding.
This is one of the shades. This is
right.
This is shades 4 through 6. Teen.
When you're picking your character or your avatar on some sports game, or
yes. When you don't know yet, this is the random. When you click random in the fight screen, you get me. Just the grade over color. I don't like it. This webcam. If I could bop it, I would bop it. But well, I can bop it. I just don't want to die. I'm watching Blade 1 right now. Blade 1. Blade the first movie. Gotcha. Yeah, great movie. Oh my God, there's so much I want to say, but I can't. Anyways, lots going on today, folks. This is a fun show for us. You watched the new movie Finch. That's going to be your Steve's 5-second movie review this week. Tom Hanks movie. And Tom, we're Tom Hanks fans, so it was a no-brainer this week. You asked me if I wanted to do this show on best Tom Hanks movies, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I would have done best Tom Hanks roles because I would have had bosom buddies in there. And neither one of us have this in our news later, but I will mention it that Tom Hanks did come out and speak about Peter Scolari and saying that they shared, I forget how he worded it, but they shared like a deep bond together. And it was great to hear. It was great to hear that they were friends until the end as well. But we heard that from other sources, not from Tom Hanks, because he's not that guy.
Right.
They'll say that. Brian Cook. What's up, Brian? I want to say big thanks to Brian for providing the voice for us. That was not Mark Hamill at the beginning of the show. If you're just missing it, I'll put it on real quick again. We have a new kind of intro, a second intro, if you will.
Intro?
An intro? And I played it in the wrong order. I wanted to play our song first and then Brian leading us in. So this is what it would have looked like for those of you just joining.
Welcome back, kiddies, to another episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
How freaking great is that? Brian, dude, you may have put Mark Hamill out of work. Well, you're not going to put Mark Hamill out of work. But that was a pretty fucking spot-on joker. Go follow Brian on YouTube. Follow him on TikTok even. And he'll give you the Joker joke of the day. Brian, when you come back on, if you can comment your TikTok username so that we can post it up there for you, buddy, so you can get some more follows there. Because it's criminally insane that you don't have enough. Oh, come on, buddy. Yeah, so give us your handle there and all your other social media stuff, and we'll put it up for you. There you go, ibcook.vo. And Steve, you love him too because he does a lot of the same voices that you do. Well, he could do it. I haven't heard him do Meewad, but I know he could because he does Lilo or he does Stitch very well.
Right.
And Stitch is very similar. And I think I've heard you do Stitch before too. So
yeah.
So it'd be great. We'll have ourselves a nice little audio fucking skit one day. We'll have Wolverine, the Joker, and
Jar Jar Binks
and Jar Jar all in a bar together. I'm not liking the chances.
And I gotta say, speaking of our topic, Tom Hanks movies, I watched the new Apple TV movie Finch, starring Tom Hanks, and I'm pretty excited about this review because this is my first review with an end credit scene.
Wait, there's an end credit scene in this movie?
No, in my review.
Oh, there's an end credit scene in your review. Okay. I'm going to trust in the system and trust in you, and when I guess we will see what we see when we see what we see. That's a thing. What I just said there was a thing. But I'm looking forward to that. And folks, as you're watching the show, if you think of any Tom Hanks movies that you think we may have forgotten, or you just want to give us your opinion, let us know. We'll put it up there. There's another TikToker that I follow as well. I can't pronounce his name, just his handle. But he had sent us in a video, and I recorded it. But when you save it and transfer it over for some reason, some of those TikTok videos, the speed will be off when I transfer it to Adobe, and I can't get the voice back. And so I'm sorry, buddy. I just didn't have enough time. But I do appreciate that. Maybe I'll play it on my phone. I guess I might have to watch it later. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Castaway. Castaway is a great movie, too. I mean, yeah. I think we'll see. And you know what? Why don't we just, instead of any further ado, do you want to do your list first, and then I'll say some other people's?
Sure.
Or do you want to do it the other way around?
Yeah, I'll rip mine off first here.
Sure, buddy.
All right. This one, I did see a few people comment earlier in the day on this one. I knew there wasn't going to be a lot, but it's, I don't know if it's his best movie, but I really liked it just because of the character he played. He played this great Southern gentleman in this movie. It had a great cast, of course. J.K. Simmons you see in the back there as well. And Opie from Sons of Anarchy fame. The Lady Killers. It was just a really funny, dark comedy, as they say, and I really love Tom Hanks' character in this.
Nice. Yeah, I don't. I've honestly never seen it. I've heard about it, and I know Sean Wayans is in it as well. Right?
It's a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's honestly I knew that, and that's why I stayed away from it. I don't genuinely, or generally even, usually like the Coen Brothers movies. There's nothing against them. It's just not my cup of tea, honestly. So
yeah. You like Fargo, though.
What?
You liked Fargo.
I liked Fargo, but nowhere near as much as everybody else does.
Yeah.
I honestly found Fargo pretty boring. Yeah, the TV show's a lot better.
Next up is a classic, and I wasn't even going to add this to the list just because, our whole thing with Mr. Corey Feldman there, who we try not to mention on the show too often. But The Burbs is such a good movie. We had to add it. I know if I didn't, you probably would have. Just a great movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I most definitely would have added it as well. And we can give it love, even though Corey Feldman's in it, because you know why? Because Courtney Gaines is in it as well, and I recently got to sit down and interview Courtney Gaines. So.
That's right.
Yeah, man, I'm down with that. I'm all right with that pick, and yeah, this is a great movie. It is a funny movie that still stands up today. So, could it be remade? Probably. Does it need to be? Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I think it could with a different spin on it, but it wouldn't be. Yeah, it still wouldn't be. The Burbs.
We'll talk about it later, but have you seen my TikToks lately with people asking me to do the recast of everything? And I've had one
no.
My one blew up. Like, it's blowing up. Like, every time I look up, it's over there. And it's I recast the movie Willow. I didn't do it on purpose. Somebody asked me to. And I'll go through the cast later with you. because I think
Cool.
I'm interested to see what you think. Go ahead, though.
This next one I think is one that if I didn't have it on my list, you probably would have too.
It was my number
just a
one,
great
if not.
movie. What's that?
This was going to be my number one.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. Another one with a great cast and another just great Tom Hanks character as a drunken baseball coach delegated to the women's league that ended up becoming pretty successful, and he ended up being inducted into the Women's Baseball Hall of Fame.
What was his name? Jimmy Dugan?
Not Tom Hanks. Not Tom Hanks.
No. But what was his name? Jimmy Dugan or something like that in the movie?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dugan.
Great movie, though. Yeah, great movie. So funny. Madonna's good in this movie. Rosie O'Donnell's fucking hilarious in this movie. This was when everybody still liked Rosie. I like Rosie O'Donnell. Gina Davis she is one of those underrated actresses. Like, I don't know what happened to her in Hollywood. Like, why she suddenly stopped getting roles, because she's just fantastic in everything. And just really good. Lori Petty, was she in that as well? Was that who her little sister was? Yeah. Okay.
She was. Yes, she was. Yes, definitely. This next one, I didn't see this next one till long after it came out. It had probably been out a few years. I'd say 4 years before I probably watched this one. Don't know why. It's a true story, and I really like true stories. And when I finally did watch this one, I was like, man, just what another great Tom Hanks character he played in this. Funny, they actually went to the guy who they loosely based this off a true story, and we're going to use it. And they paid him, I don't know what the arrangement was, but then they ended up changing enough of it that they didn't have to give the guy credit for it. But anyways, it was still a great Tom Hanks movie, a great Tom Hanks role. It's one of those, movies you couldn't believe a guy was living in an airport terminal for years. Like, it was.
I've still honestly never seen the movie. I've never seen it, honestly. I kind of feel bad that I haven't.
Yeah.
Am I
movie.
Am I breaking up on you guys there a bit? Am I breaking up on you
maybe
guys?
a little bit. You weren't just now.
Okay. Terminal was amazing. Okay.
Yeah, great movie. My number one, much like Finch, who we see Tom Hanks in a post-apocalyptic world after a major, and a robot and a dog, excuse me. So, what better person to play in a movie with only one person in it than the guy who did it best, and that's the movie Castaway. It was just I remember seeing the running time for this movie, and I thought, I don't know if I should go see this out of the theater. And then it was over, and I was like, that was over 2 hours.
Right. Yeah, I really liked Castaway. I thought this was a pretty dope movie, honestly. I'm not going to lie. When it came out, like you, I saw the runtime, and then it was actually at a point too. It felt like in his career where he started to do a little more serious stuff that just wasn't the stuff we were used to at that point.
Right.
Like, I was looking for more lighthearted stuff, but they're contrary to everything we see in that movie. There's actually a lot of lighthearted moments in there. But
yeah.
So,
I mean, Wilson definitely did. Wilson definitely got snubbed from the Oscars as best supporting.
For sure. All right, here, let's do it this way. I'm going to share so you guys can even see my Facebook page this way, and look at some of the comments we got here. So, all right, Tommy, can you see that? Okay.
No, because I'm blind, but maybe everybody else can.
How about now? No, still no. Anyways, well, I will just do this anyways. So here you go.
There we go.
For the blind guy, just for Steve. Patty Brown says, awesome. This is the guy I would be interested in meeting at Comic-Con or something like that. I think we all would, but I don't think we'd ever see him at a Comic-Con.
Maybe San Diego or New York.
Although you never know with Tom Hanks, he may just show up at one.
Yeah.
My favorite Tom Hanks would be Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, A League of Their Own, The Burbs, all the Toy Story movies, and Forrest Gump. I can't disagree with any of those on there. It's a great list. Natalie says, oh my God, there's so many good ones. My favorite is probably between Forrest Gump and Sleepless in Seattle, but there's also a big Saving Private Ryan. Oh, big Saving Private Ryan, A League of Their Own, The Terminal, and Toy Story. Jess Catherine says, You've Got Mail. Chad Golden says, The Green Mile. Sean Rose, The Burbs. Oh, man, impossible to come up with a favorite. One a day. I might say The Burbs. Another day, it's The Road to Perdition. One day, it's The Bachelor Party. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's, Stephen A. Smith, because, the lists are always fluid. They're fluid, folks.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this one, and this was one that would definitely change week to week.
Listen, I never even heard of this fucking Mazes and Monsters movie until somebody commented that earlier, so I YouTubed it.
I remember it.
How did Tom Hanks ever get a role after that movie? I mean, nobody that was in that movie should ever see the front of a camera again. But, I mean, Tom.
Everybody's got their one.
You defied all odds, brother. You defied them all.
Everybody's got their one.
Right.
They just hope it stays buried.
Catch Me If You Can. More of a Leo film, though. True. But two huge heavyweights of the time.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, that movie was like a passing of the torch type of movie, though. That was Tom Hanks saying, listen, all right, kid, now it's your turn. And yeah, we could do this with Leo, and my list would change almost every day. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, so we went through them all there, I think. Oh no, there was more that we just couldn't see on there. Chad Golden says, I'll add Lady Killers to my favorite list as well. Eddie Slavinsky, hope you're feeling better, buddy. He had heart surgery a couple weeks ago. Green Mile, Terminal, A League of Their Own. Chris Wallace says, Road to Perdition, Apollo 13, A League of Their Own, and Forrest Gump. Our buddy Mike Alice says, my favorite one will always be The Burbs.
Oh.
Jade Parisi says, Captain Phillips, which is a great movie as well. Justin Figler, Captain John Miller in Saving Private Ryan. He was also awesome in Sully. William Michaels. Love all of Tom's movies, but I always remember him as Uncle Ned on Family Ties. We say it every time, man. Like, that was a shocking episode. And Kathy says, Big and the Things You Do. And our buddy Canada Claus, Clark Smith Bitter says, couldn't pick a favorite Tom Hanks movie. If you held a gun to my head. With that said, I'll never forget him on Bosom Buddies, dressed in drag in order to get the apartment. I think that's that one that everybody remembers too, right?
Yeah.
Which is
with the late Peter Scolari.
Yeah, buddy. Will says Splash with John Candy. That almost made my list. Not gonna lie. But that was more just because it was the first time I got to see boobs. First time.
I almost said Hanna-Barbera. I was gonna say Daryl Hannah, but I almost said Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, Daryl Hanna-Barbera. That was actually one of the name of the strippers that went at the strip joint my mom ran. Polar Express.
She came out and just flopped around like a mermaid.
She would have done well. You get to see him as several different characters. Yeah, I couldn't get into Polar Express. I'm not going to lie. I've tried a couple times to watch it, and I just I think it's the artwork for me. That type of animation just doesn't work for me. And animation, much like artwork and comic books, will take me out of something. Like, I could be reading, and I hate when they do this. You'll be reading a story arc in comic books. It'll be by a writer and an artist. And say the story arc is 3 comics. But during one issue, the artist couldn't do it because he had to be somewhere. A lot of times, I just can't even read that issue if the art is so drastically different than what the original art was. I can't do it. And it's the same thing there. That it just takes me out of it. But yeah, that's just me.
No,
Speaking,
I could definitely see that.
we spoke of fluidity earlier and how these lists could be fluid. My top 5 list could change a lot. My top 3 list was so hard to narrow it down to the like who was on the top of this mountain, but I'm gonna try to give it a go here. Now, mind you, some of these movies only made the list because Steve took my other movies. That in mind. Also, please remember, I haven't seen some of these that I picked since I was younger, and some of them may not still hold up today. That being said, number 5 on my list, Bachelor Party. This I don't. I remember so much of this movie, but I also don't remember a lot of this movie. What I do remember of this movie, though, is how much joy it gave me as a young male, and just it was so naughty. It was a naughty movie, and yeah, it was just really good. Was it Danny Ontario that was on it in it with him as well, his best friend from Solid Gold? Oh my god, just love that one. Toy Story is my fave, but I separate animation from live action. I do not, but I hear you there. That's a great movie. So that was my number 5 is Bachelor Party. Number 4 may shock you guys that it's this low on the list, but I don't know, with maybe a lot of people's favorite role, and that's Forrest Gump.
I love you, Danny.
I thought you were going to have him on yours for sure. But
yeah, like I said, this was tough. I think it was on at some point, and
yeah, it's that one movie that it was that first movie that was super stupid long.
Yeah,
that I watched, and I'm like, oh my god, that was like, what was it, 2.5 hours, 3 hours? I'm like, it didn't even feel like it.
It was a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah. So and I've said it multiple times. If you have a very long movie, you better keep it going. Make us not realize that we're in a movie that long, or that we have to take a piss for the last however long. But yeah, but Forrest Gump is a great movie, and it can move up and down at any point. I've not seen It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood yet. No, me neither. I've heard it's good though.
It was good. I liked it.
Oh yeah, you reviewed it, didn't you?
Yeah. I was reluctant about that one, just because not that I hate Mr. Rogers or Tom Hanks, just I just was unsure, but it was good. It was good.
Awesome. So that brings us to number 3 on our list, and I may have forgotten this movie or how much I loved it, or even a lot of the details of this movie, had it not been for the Disney Plus revival, and that you and I both watch. And that, of course, is Turner and Hooch. Great movie. Great. This is Tom Hanks. This, to me, right here, this is Tom Hanks. I mean,
that is the Tom Hanks we grew up with.
Exactly. That's
big.
Fun, loving. Yeah, exactly. Big. Bosom buddies. This is Tom Hanks. Just a fun-loving guy, and family-friendly movies. Most of his movies are family-friendly, except for Saving Private Ryan and Road to Perdition. Good comic book movie. Didn't know it was a comic book myself until much later in life.
Wow.
But yeah, so there you go. Turner and Hooch. So number 2, like I said, these top 3 were tough because, I mean, Turner and Hooch not as much, but these two. So with number 2 on my list, all I gotta say, Steve, you and I have been friends for a long time, and I think it's safe to say that you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Come on, how could we can't leave Woody off the list?
Never seen it.
I mean, you've never seen any of the Toy Story? Oh, dude. Oh, so that you just made me waste that song on you. Okay, not the song, just the reference, okay? But yeah, no, great movie. Spawned off, 4 sequels, a whole bunch of spin-offs from that for like specials and on TV, video games, and now we're getting another movie based on Buzz Lightyear. I like it. I like it a lot. And shame on you. Shame. Shame on you. So send all your hate mail to the Wellandwingnut@gmail.com. Tell them Zeus sent you. Woof.
You get 10% off coupon for my fucking for something.
You do lose a man points off your man card for not watching Toy Story, because you have to be a real man to be able to watch Toy Story. How do you not? You don't even know who Sid is. You should watch it just for Sid. I'm telling you right now, you would love Sid. Will says, watch the double feature of Bachelor Party and Honky Tonk Freeway. Stellar night. What? I don't know Honky Tonk Freeway. Do you know that one, Steve?
No, I don't know that one.
I'm gonna have to look that up, but I'm almost afraid to. My buddy is hanging and said he was upset there was no Catch Me If You Can sequel, and I almost just beat myself. I mean, he knows it. It was a true story, right? I mean, it could only go so far. What pot smoker hasn't seen Toy Story? Oh, the Wellandwingnut. Right.
See, what I did
Wasn't
was
the
I put
way.
movies on for my kids, and then that was Steve time.
Yeah, see, I put movies on for
I
my
did watch
kids.
movies with them. I just never saw that one. Like I've seen one
watched
of my
those
favorites
without
was
them.
probably Finding Nemo was hilarious.
Yeah, true. That's
Like
fair.
that one.
All right, well, let me just get my number one Tom Hanks movie out of the way here. Number one Tom Hanks movie. Can you handle this? Bam, bam, bam. It's big. It's got to be big. I don't know why I was going to go with a Hockey Night song. Like the old boys deal. Bam, bam, bam.
Or you could have went with Dragnet.
I thought of Dragnet, but
Yeah.
I remembered how bad it actually was.
And The Money Pit.
The Money Pit was good. I'm only saying it's good because Amber's sitting right there.
It's fucking hilarious, man. I love it.
I played.
After Money and Money Pit, those are my first Tom Hanks movies. I thought they were great.
We should be afraid to watch. Yeah, well, I'm still gonna go look for it. Cars. Ron.
There's also Woody.
Toys.
Yeah, he was Woody.
Toys. Cars was the movie about
Cars.
That was with Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy and Owen Wilson.
Right.
Mazes and Monsters. No, listen, someone tricked me into looking at the YouTube video on that one earlier. I'm not doing it again. Has Steve seen Cars? Oh, I thought you were mixing up.
Oh, no, I haven't seen Cars. No. I do like Tow Mater, though.
Yeah.
I've seen the Cars and the kids were little.
Ronnie, you need to give us more context when you with this stuff. All right, so that's our top
I almost said, are you talking about Gary Newman? Here in my car, I feel safe in cars.
Here in my Chrysler. Oh, that's not what he says? Because the song's so bad. Anyways, with that's our list. Feel free to keep giving us your list as you go. We're going to give you guys an update on what's been going on in the world of pop culture. But before we do that, Steve has his 5-second movie review. This week he's doing the Tom Hanks film Finch. But before we get to that, I want to pay some bills, folks, and tell you about our internet provider. They can help you out, not just with internet, but with home phone. If you live anywhere in Canada, coast to coast, up, down, all around, DocNet over there, they will hook you up. Go give Tony a shout on docnet.ca. They'll hook you up with your home phone or your internet. And that's what we're using right here to live stream to you as my child's in the other room playing Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm not. And I'm not jealous. Not even a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking for something like that, and you're looking for a good streaming quality, and not paying those huge prices, and I mean, I can't think of anything now after that huge burp. It just, it was just everything. Anyway, just give DocNet a call, and don't burp at them. Just tell them RatG TV sent you. DocNet.ca.
Oh, you didn't miss anything.
Wasn't Tom Hanks the creepy uncle on Family Ties? Wasn't creepy.
Just commenting on your burp.
He was the alcoholic uncle who was Alex's favorite uncle, and then ended up slapping him when he was angry and drunk. So yeah, not creepy, just alcoholic, mean drunk. He's Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ned.
Uncle Ned on Family Ties.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said Ben. Spider-Man. We need to just put you in a room with Ron. See. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. DocNet. Go get your shit. Go get your shit. So yeah, Steve is going to be doing his 5-second movie review. See, he's even got a nice little plate right there, the Wellandwingnut. And Steve is going to be reviewing the movie Finch. Is Amber drunk tonight or what?
I wish.
You wish.
Not one beer I can try.
Oh.
Steve's like, "Come on here, I'm sorry."
When even Ron is laughing at you right now. Facebook user, stop laughing. All right, this is the way it goes. How does Steve's 5-second movie review go? We give Steve 5 seconds, and he reviews a movie. Pretty self-explanatory there. Best part of it all, though, is he has his own theme song, and it's Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. All right. Okay, so you did the movie Finch.
Starring Tom Hanks, a robot, and a dog.
Wow. Wait, you're reviewing I Am Legend?
Right?
Oh,
I call it's I Am Legend meets
I Am Legend. It's I Am Legend meets Mr. Rogers.
right.
All right. Well, if you're ready, buddy, I'm going to put 5 seconds on the board.
And don't forget to stick around for the end credit scene.
Oh, that's right. There's an end credit scene. Stick around for the end credit scene after the 5-second movie review. So if you're ready, your 5 seconds are on the board. You may begin now.
Tom Hanks, a robot, and a dog walk into a bar. Bartender looks at Tom and says, "Punchline?" Tom says, "No, this movie's actually good." My name is Jeff.
Is that your end credit scene? My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Is that the name of the robot?
That is the name of the robot.
The robot's name is Chef. Does he say it just like Channing Tatum in 21 Jump Street? Because I will watch it just for that. We are
the robot is definitely competes with Wilson for comedic relief. Definitely.
Wow.
It was a really fun movie. It was a sad movie. It definitely hits all the elements. It's Tom Hanks at his best. Honestly, I could have put Finch on my list today.
Really? Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to check it out. So, what do you give it out of 5 then?
I gave it a 4.5.
Oh, sorry, you go out of 5, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wow, 4.5. Damn, that's good because you don't give 5s.
They're reserved for Leonard Part 6 and just
Spaghetti Man.
Yeah.
Like Spaghetti Man
Getting married.
Velocipaster. I got you.
They're very special movies. Get that.
Yeah. Well, like concerts, like going to see Green Jelly. I get it. It was Uncle Arthur that was the creepy uncle. Sorry, Uncle Ned.
Ooh.
Which one was Uncle Arthur? There was the creepy Mr. Carlson on Different Strokes. Okay, I will follow. Well, thank you. I don't know what you're following, but thank you for following. If you're following us, if you're following somebody else, thanks for them. They appreciate it.
Just don't follow too close.
Yeah.
Always leave 3 chevrons between you and the vehicle in front of you.
See.
We don't just entertain you here. We teach you stuff.
Well, exactly.
By accident, usually, but.
Well, we usually just teach you by, trying to avoid our horrible example.
Right.
That's just the way to
read my autobiography. Do the opposite.
Horrible example is all it's going to say on both of our autobiographies. What is going on here? We're getting some more comments. I do Golem, Cobra, Commander, Owen Wilson, Christopher Walken, and Dr. What? Those are the what do you want to call them? The impersonations you do? Wait, is this Alistair? Yeah. Is this my buddy from TikTok, Alistair? My buddy that's just started following us. This guy is great. I love following this guy. I almost downloaded a video of you today to put you up as our TikToker of the week because oh my God, what was the video you put up? Oh, a Toy Story. He recreated Toy Story, a scene from Toy Story. So it was funny. Anyways, good guy.
Cool.
Good dude. Thanks for joining though, if so. We love having new people on for the show. So let us get to the news though. I mean, because I feel like it's time to just inform the people on what's been going on. So, Dr. Death, Dr. Bad News, That's my buddy Steve here. You start us off.
Definitely bad news this week, on a couple fronts here. We'll start with an honorary Canadian. Let's face it, he spent most of his life here, made a great career here as both a football player, Hall of Famer in the CFL, inducted in 1987. He was a wrestler known as King Kong, Mosca, a few other names he went by too. Actually fought Bob Backlund in 1981 for the WWF title. That's Angela Mosca. Like you said, born in Massachusetts, but his heart's in Canada for sure.
For sure. Definitely is. Maybe most people recognize him from this picture here. With him and Joe Cap, former CFLer. What was this like a Hall of Fame induction ceremony or something? It was something prestigious.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, as I said earlier on your post there, it was around. I think it was 2012. He was in Hamilton being inducted into the Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame, and I happened to fucking run into him, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like Angela Mosca. He's like, hey, how you doing?
That's awesome. Good guy.
So, lots of people, obviously spoke out this week. One particular, the Iron Sheik, went to social media, and he said that Angelo Mosca was the toughest man he ever fought. He said, "You were my brother, and I love you."
Wow, that's a lot coming from Sheik. What did he say when Volkov died? Did he have nice things to say about Volkov? Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember specifics, but yeah.
Because Sheik's not.
Yeah, he was. He was drafted to the Eagles.
To the Eagles.
I didn't know he was drafted to the Eagles. Yeah, obviously didn't work out there. Spent a bunch of years in Canada playing for the Ticats, the Rough Riders, and the Alouettes. Won 5 CFL championships, 5-time All-Star, and as we said, Hall of Famer.
Man, that's yeah. I mean, just a legend and tough as nails. Like just tough as nails. Just didn't even to the end. Just did not give a fuck. And you know, hats off. And that makes him more honorary Canadian than almost anything else, honestly.
And from one tough guy to another on-screen guy, played lots of roles, was a regular on the A-Team, was in a few episodes of Deep Space Nine. You might remember from Aaron Brockovich or The Rundown, but you definitely know him from Sons of Anarchy. And that was Piney William Locking. It died at the age of 80 years old.
Yeah, Ron Perlman put out a nice tribute to him too. And I didn't realize he was taller than Ron Perlman. Because he posted a picture of the two of them together, and he was standing above Perlman. So yeah, it was not bad. Am I breaking up a bit? I seem to see you breaking up a lot. So I don't know if that's me or you.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
good now.
Bad news. Some more bad news coming from Wakanda Forever. We reported earlier in the summer that Letitia Wright was injured on the set of Wakanda Forever, but we quoted Angela Bassett, her co-star, saying that the injury wasn't too bad and that she'd be back in no time, and she was a smaller frame girl, so it was just a freak accident. Well, fast forward to today, still not ready to go, so they've actually put the movie on hold. They've tried to shoot as much around her as they possibly could, but yeah, now they can't, so they're just gonna have to put it on hold until she's all healed up. Which just makes me wonder, like, obviously the injury was a lot worse than what was reported. Why were they covering it up? Like, now I want to know more about this injury, and I don't know. After the Aaron Rodgers thing, I'm just like, I don't trust anybody anymore. I just don't trust anyone.
Yeah, it's tough for sure.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Steve's going to tell me he's a super Skrull or just a Skrull. You have no idea, do you? Oh, you're frozen. Oh, it's me that's frozen. One of us two is frozen. See, if we had a third on here, then we could tell you. What's that?
I said just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Well, I got nothing for that. That was just too good for me. I'm sorry. What can I say? You stopped me dead in my tracks. Dead in my tracks. See, am I skipping now? I shouldn't be because I got full bars here.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
It's weird though because I've got full everything right here. Yeah, everything's showing full. Like my signal strength showing full on everything. But anyways, I was saying that I was saying you left me dead in my tracks as a nice little segue. Gotcha.
Now I hear you, and I can proceed with my story. Army of Thieves came out on Netflix about a week or so ago. The prequel to Army of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that a sequel is also coming titled Planet of the Dead. Army of Thieves was it was different. We know it was a prequel. There are mentions to the zombie apocalypse starting in America. It's on you see it on the news in the background in a few scenes, and it's referenced in a couple times. It's basically the story of one character from Army of Thieves, Ludwig Dieter. You actually get to find out his real name and his story. He's the safecracker from Army of the Dead, if you haven't seen it. And Zack Snyder dropped some hints at the planned Planet of the Dead, saying that everything's on the table from portals to alternate dimensions. That's not Ryan freezing. That's him not just bowing his head.
It was a little bit of both. I don't get it, man. I mean, people love Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I
didn't have at her. I mean,
I didn't hate Army of Thieves. But as a prequel, it just
Lacking.
wasn't. It was unnecessary.
But
It
he's
was
trying to
not
build his universe, though.
Yeah, I guess maybe once we get more films, it'll. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, spoilers coming up after this question that I asked him. So if you don't want any spoilers from the movie Army of the Dead, which is the first movie, which has been out for over a year, stop listening. Did the Safecracker survive that movie?
Army of the Dead, no. Well,
Oh, okay. So they're not trying to build his character at all.
He gets locked inside because it basically locked themselves inside or get torn apart by zombies because they're like closing in on them.
So he locks himself inside and dies in there.
Window.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. There's definitely no getting out of there in that situation.
But
unless in the next movie somebody comes like immediately after that and clears out the zombies and opens the safe.
Yeah, because you don't see him die though, so there's lots of ways for them to.
It is off screen. Yes.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Speaking of off-screen deaths, Carol Baskin's in the news. And Tiger King star Carol Baskin is suing Netflix over season 2 footage. Approximately $2 million she's seeking. I mean, why? I mean, if I'm Netflix, I'm just like, give her the money and let's get rid of this. Like,
if I was Netflix, I'd be like, all right, admit you killed your ex-husband, and we'll give you $2 million.
We'll give you 2.5. I mean,
and we want rights to the story.
Like I said, I watched half of an episode. I think it was like episode 7, and I was out just from watching that. So I have no interest in this life. I'm happy that they're having season 2, but come on.
Yeah.
Dude's in jail. How you doing?
And actually, he was in the news this week too. He's sick. I can't remember what it was he said he had though, but he's asking people to really petition and push for his release because he's apparently not doing well.
Didn't he ask for a pardon from Trump before Trump got? Yeah. Enough said. Enough said. I mean, some people are like in outer space.
Tom Hanks.
Do you hear music playing in my house?
No.
Someone is playing James Bond music like super loud in here. I thought you guys could hear it over the mic. Sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of James Bond, I don't know. Outer space. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin. Of course, he went up with William Shatner. But before William Shatner, Tom Hanks was on Jimmy Kimmel talking about Jeff Bezos and saying he asked him to join the space flight in Blue Origin for the hefty price of $28 million. And as you can see there, he said, it cost $28 million or something like that. And I'm doing good, Jimmy. I'm doing good. But I hate paying $28 million.
I love Tom Hanks. I just love this dude. And yeah, man. I mean, Shatner's a single dude. I don't think does he have kids?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, he could spend the money on a whim, I guess. But like Tom Hanks said, he's got a lot of money, and he's probably even got enough money to do that.
Yeah, his net worth is north of $400 million.
Oh yeah, so would have been nothing for him to do, but still save that for, I don't know, a Kardashian.
Right.
Oh wow, man! Did you see? They have the Morbius movie coming out. Michael Morbius. Do you know much about that character?
I don't, but I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, from Spider-Man. He's not a vampire, but he's kind of vampire-ish. Well, just dropped their latest trailer, and we've been, because it's in the Sony universe. You know the difference between Sony's Marvel characters, Sony Spider-Man, and Marvel's Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Right.
Like they're both different universes, basically. Fucking in this trailer, we saw all of this. Top left, that's a sign, a graffiti on the wall of Tom Holland's Spider-Man with the thing saying murderer across it. Then we see the Daily Bugle, which is from Tobey Maguire's universe, because it hasn't been in any other universe aside from as a podcast, I believe, in the second one. But it says Rhino and Black Cat. Black Cat, we've never even been mentioned before, but Rhino was in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Then we've got Michael Keaton's Vulture talking to Michael Morbius, and Michael Morbius saying that he's Venom, like as a joke. And this is from a guy that reads comics all the time. Oh my God, what a tangled web we weave.
Okay.
Right? All right, check that off. I had that written down. No, I'm excited for it. It's coming out soon. So, do you watch many of the Spider-Man movies, or have you seen any of them yet?
I haven't seen the latest one.
Oh, with Mysterio.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. Big things are coming. Big things are coming. I don't know, man. That's all I got. I was just feeling a little rusty from having no.
Yeah, of course, we reported our last show, which was a couple weeks ago. There was the accident on the set of the small production movie Rust, starring Alec Baldwin, where cinematographer Helena Hutchinson, as you see to his left there, was shot and killed, as was the director, was shot, not killed. But Alec Baldwin made his first appearance on camera since the incident. He was actually being tailed by paparazzi and decided to pull over to the side of the road to talk to them, give them their 5 minutes, answer any questions that he could, and be on his way. Basically saying, I can't answer anything about the case. It's an open investigation. If you want to ask me anything else, I'll give you your 5 minutes, and then I want to be on my way. It's like, my kids are in the car crying right now. It's like, I'm doing this as a courtesy to you. Let's do this, and be done with it.
Which seems nice. He didn't have to do that.
He was very cordial for Alec Baldwin, given the circumstances. Yes.
Yeah. So the whole situation is just crazy, and this is where media gets the bad fucking rap. Is from tabloids and these fucking accident chasers, and just fucked. Anyways, what's not fucked? Bill Murray. Like, Bill Murray's the one constant. Just thank you, Bill. Well, I mean, who knows? It's always just a matter of time with everybody lately. But Bill was what was it? A German podcast he was on, or German radio?
Yeah, German media. Some other.
Yeah. And he let it slip that he will be in Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. Now, I don't think he said who he's going to play at all. The internet is abuzz as to who it could be. Obviously, and I think he even said, because I listened to the interview, and if I remember correctly, he even said, like, I'm too old. It's basically a one and done movie. So who knows? What would be really cool, and just kind of popped in my head, and I don't know if he could do it or if even he'd be the one to do this, but it would be really great to see different classic actors, like old actors that haven't been in Marvel yet, all do the Stan Lee cameo as Stan Lee. I don't know, man. I don't know. Give me Robert De Niro as fucking Stan Lee. Give me Pacino once as Stan Lee. Wait, is Pacino in it? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just let's.
I mean, Pacino did.
Oh my God! Never mind. Just let Tom Hanks be Stan Lee and do the cameo in every freaking movie. Tom Hanks is our Stan Lee of movies. I just amaze myself sometimes. I swear I'm mostly joking. Anyways, that's my Ghostbuster story about Ant-Man.
Show that we've been waiting on normally premieres around September, but because of COVID, obviously, we've had delays in a lot of shows. But upcoming season of The Boys season 3, will see Laurie Holden as Crimson Countess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I
down.
guess replacing Stormfront as the villainess.
Maybe, honestly, I didn't make it that far into the comic books. I started reading them after the show, and
Right.
And they do veer quite a bit, but there are also a lot of throwaway characters that get more prominent roles on this. So I shouldn't say a lot. There's been a couple though, but so who knows? And I like her. I always thought she got a bad rap because of how much people hated her character on The Walking Dead. They didn't hate her. They didn't hate Laurie Holden. They hated Andrea. They hated TV's Andrea because I think everybody loved the comic book version.
Right.
And the fact that her and Rick never had a relationship, I think, also kind of fucked things. This is for both of you. Do you think the Vegas NFL will overcome what has happened, and for Vegas NHL with their new picks up in the trade? Do you think Vegas NFL will overcome? What do you mean by I don't understand the first part of that.
The whole John Gruden thing.
Yeah, because that's old news, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or not John. Yeah, Gruden's been gone for a couple of weeks that he left. So
yeah,
that's old news. I don't know. You're gonna have to give me more than that. As for Vegas, yeah, I mean, if they can control that locker room, then yeah, I mean they'll be great. If they can keep Eichel, have Eichel just shut his mouth and just do his job and try to be a decent human being, I think they'll be all right. DUI. No, that was what's his name? Oh my god. I know who you're talking about though. Yes, but yeah, you're right. It was Vegas. One of their players was in a DUI, hurt himself, his wife, and then I killed 2 other people.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
I didn't hear the story.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah. I forget who it was. Ron, drop his name in the comments if you don't mind. But yeah, that was a big story too, though, because Derek Carr came out and spoke, and he's like, "Listen, I know everyone wants to go after my guy and stuff like this," and he's like, "But don't you think he's beating himself up way more than any of you guys are? Like, he's gonna have to live because I think he killed a kid too. Like, I think one of them was a child. So that's just, to me, that's so stupid, sad, and unnecessary, and I don't know. I'm going to do my next story on Alvin and the Chipmunks, and then you can come back with your Ghostbuster story that was supposed to be before the Crimson Countess.
Ghostbusters.
Your Dan Aykroyd story.
Oh, right.
That's why I said that was supposed to be my segue. But anyways, we'll get to Dan Aykroyd in a second. But what I will talk about is the Alvin and the Chipmunks are for sale. They are selling their rights, and the going price is said to be $300 million for the rights of the Chipmunks. I mean, all right, I want the Chipmunks back as a Saturday morning cartoon type thing. And I don't want that for me. I want that just for the next generation, because I really love the Saturday morning cartoon Alvin and Chipmunks. The kids probably don't even need it, but if they're going to, I'd rather see that than them try to bring it back as a movie again, though. Henry Ruggs, that's who it was. Thank you. The third. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I hope somebody good buys it, but is this where Disney swoops in? And they're like, oh my God, do it. Disney, do it and give us the Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Alvin and the Chipmunks crossover we always wanted. Oh my God, where Chip steals Brittany from Alvin and Dale steals Theodore's girlfriend from him, and nobody wants the nerds. Come on, it's true though. It's true. It's true. They're pretentious. It's not because they're nerds. I mean, that's part of it, but they're pretentious. Simon was very pretentious. Look at that pretentious smile on him. It's the only eyes you can't trust out of them all because he had to hide them behind glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my forgettable Dan Aykroyd story was probably because I was trying to forget the story itself. He was in the news a couple times this week, but this story was about him teaming up with the original director from The Great Outdoors and writing a script called, at least temporarily, The Great Outlaws. And it'll be a story about his character Roman involved in a Ponzi scheme and victimizing a federal agent.
Oh, I like it. I like it. That's funny though, because I would have went with The Great Indoors and made it a COVID-related movie. No, for real. Like, I mean, it's right there. No, it's right there. Like, it's right there. Oh, and I was just talking to one of our followers from New Zealand. They're in another lockdown.
Shit.
Right? I'm like, they're the good ones. I was like, you're the good ones. What do you mean?
Well, we're all fucked.
Yeah. He blamed it on Australians.
Of course he did.
I love it. I don't even know what that beef is about, but I love the beef between Australia and New Zealand.
It's probably mostly a rugby thing.
Yeah, or cricket.
Yeah.
But probably rugby. Aussie rules football. But yeah, that's too funny. Yeah, but anyways, I hope everyone's doing good over there and everywhere else in the world. Now, see, the reason why I wanted Crimson Countess where it was because my next story right after that went from red to this red-looking motherfucker. That is Darth Maul, and that's Darth Maul's troop behind him there. I mean, he was so integral in the Clone Wars cartoon, but there was still so much more story we could have seen. And then the story from after Clone Wars ends to the time where we see him on Rebels, where he gets confronted with Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan finally takes him down for good. Well, it looks like we may be getting our wish, and a Darth Maul animated series may be coming to Disney Plus. And I think that's the only way you can do it. Honestly, I think that's the only way you can do it. And I know you're not, you haven't got into them as much, but
it's the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's hard too, though, especially for a lot of fans, because you want to see Ray Park if you do a live action, the guy that played him in the movie. But you want to hear Sam Witwer talk, the guy who voices him in the cartoon. So, but I'm absolutely stoked for that. I seriously hope they do this, and
yeah, that would be cool for sure.
It's such a good show.
Love to get into that.
And especially if they get into like he had his own like Mandalorian gear, as you see there. If they get into that, I'm down. I'm down.
From one Star Wars story to the next, we finally got a trailer for Book of Fett, and we know that it's coming December 29th. Pretty excited for this. We got some great insight into the world of Fett post Jabba ruling on Tatooine. And all the criminal underbosses.
Yeah, trying to weasel their way in. And why should we listen to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my thing. The only reservation I have about any of this. Are they going to make Fett a hero? Because I get that people love Boba Fett. Especially anyone who reads the extended universe stuff. They love him. And you love him because he's such a fucking cold-hearted villain.
He has to walk that line.
Yeah?
At the very least, he has to walk that line.
Yeah. You got to make him a little bit like Dexter, I think.
Right.
Just he's got to do bad things, but...
For the greater good.
Yeah, you make us empathize with him, I guess. Yeah. It's the only thing that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Like I like him already, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I want to like him. Yeah, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
But well, sticking with Disney, here's some news for you. WandaVision. We know this show was pretty dang popular. But what I didn't know about its popularity is that it was so popular that it would literally breed such stupidity. Wait, I shouldn't say it's breeding stupidity. The people that were
Good night, folks.
the breeders were maybe the stupid ones because baby names since WandaVision has been on the air, these baby names have all gone up. Wanda and Agatha. Wanda went up 54% since WandaVision came out. The name Agatha,
She's 55.
32%. And of course, people are just going to name their kids Vision. And this showed up in the female registry. It's up 22%, which means there was already a name. I'm hoping that's up 22% from 1%. I mean, I don't know. I maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just the old guy. But if you're naming your kid Vision after Vision, you shouldn't be having kids.
Yeah. That's probably good advice.
Yeah, I'm not trying to baby name shame anyone.
No.
Yeah, baby name. Yeah. We just put you there with the flat earthers. You're cool. We love you. We just
stay where you are.
That table. I don't know. It just makes me want to scream.
We'll send you across the pond to the UK.
Right. What?
Where our next story takes place. Scream into the cereal game. You can get your Scream strawberries and Scream crispy mellow cereal clusters coming in January of 2022. Easy for me to say. You can only get these online, so you'll have to find the website and go to the website to order these in January. Now, this is going to be the world's first talking cereal box. They didn't really expand on what that meant, but they said it's going to be a collector's box that's going to talk.
You're going to pick it up. I was going to say, hello, Sydney.
What are your 3 favorite horror movies?
What's your scariest cereal? It's Boo-Berry. Ooh. It has to be Boo-Berry. Yeah, and that's it. That is it. That's our last story for the night, folks. Do you have any questions? Oh, I got one more story. So I know a lot of my friends and family have seen this, and we've been asking, but this happened. And we're there the entire show.
What do you want to say to Sarah?
Sarah, all I gotta say is, if you love Serge, it shouldn't matter what size he is at all. It doesn't matter. Love him shouldn't even matter. Shouldn't be nagging at him at all.
Wait a minute. What if Sarah got fat? What would he do?
What if Sarah got fat? He loves Sarah with all his heart. He doesn't care.
Well, that would be a different story.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember not having facial hair. Like I always thought I always at least had a mustache. And I'm really surprised they let me wear a hat on stage. Yes, I was Ricky Lake. Good times. Good times indeed. I feel like Ron just said a good remake, Cheech and Chong. The Big Bong Theory. I like it.
A couple other stories too. Disney has said that Emilio Estevez will not be in season 2 of Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, I meant to put that as my story in one of my stories too.
Yeah.
That's kind of disheartening.
Yeah, right.
I almost don't want to watch it anymore. I'm not kidding.
Right?
He's not even a big part in the show at all, and his acting in it.
They were definitely building that as a love interest thing, though.
Right? I know.
Another story, a lot of 911 calls were made in the downtown Los Angeles area, thought to be a man in a jetpack hovering over the city. Turns out it was just a Jack Skellington air balloon that got loose.
That's too funny. That's too funny. Hang on. So you can tell another story if you want. I'm going to pull something up here to show you guys as you tell your story.
I don't have another story.
What the fuck, man? You've got one job. You had one job to do. No, I'm kidding. All right. So I'm going to show you my... Oh. Excuse me while I whip this out. Did you freeze or did that just freeze? Or did you just get scared? All right. So here we are on my TikTok. So I told you I'd show you my casting that blew up. I got a lot of videos here. This is the one, though. Let me know what you think. If you could hear it. But you can't hear it. I don't know why you can't hear it. Oh, right there.
Starting things off with the evil Queen Bavmorda, none other than one of my favorites, Helen Mirren. Playing the Queen's daughter, Sorsha, I went with Florence Pugh, most know her from Wrestling with My Family, and of course, Black Widow. And I went with Glenn Close to play Finn Raziel, just so that I could see her and Helen Mirren fight each other. And taking on the roles of Rule and Fragine, the Brownie duo, none other than Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Playing the reluctant hero, Mad Mardigan, none other than swordsman extraordinaire, Ryan Reynolds. For the role of Willow, I went with stand-up comedian and actor Brad Williams. If you haven't checked out Brad's stand-up routine, you can find some of his stuff on Netflix. Really.
But yeah, that's it.
And what was the movie?
Willow.
Oh, Willow, right.
Yeah. I did Legend, but meh. It was okay. But yeah. And oh, I'll show you.
This is a work of art. This
one, though.
You asked for it.
Big Trouble.
Let's get it. Let's start off with the elementals, rain, thunder, and lightning.
You can't really see that, though, can you?
For the powerhouse of thunder, I went with Rich Tang. A lot of you might know him as Bolo on Warrior. He's also been Metallo on Supergirl. You can see this guy in everything. This guy is an absolute beast.
Gotta be a
great actor. For the part of Lightning, I went with the quick as lightning, Joe Taslim. A lot of you will know him from the TV. Was the role of Egg Shen.
Jackie
Chan. I mean, that's sad, right? And playing the role of the evil Lopan.
Jet Li.
I got my boy Jet Li. And playing Wang, Jack Burton's best friend, I went with Fast and the Furious star and Warrior standout. That's right, Jason Tobin. And playing the role of Gracie Law, of course, you had to go with Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, is she maybe the best actress on the planet right now? The best young actress?
That's the girl from Queen's Gambit.
And finally, playing the role of good old Jack Burton. It's all in the wrist. That's right. I'm going with Dylan O'Brien, Maze Runner star, American Sniper star, Teen Wolf star.
Yeah. So that was it. Woohoo. Shut up. People ask for it. They like it. I didn't say the people were smart. I'm kidding. I love you all.
We love the people.
We do love the people. We really do. But yeah, so that's it. And yeah, we went through all our stories. Went through Scream, Serial. Wow, you got anything going on this week? Anything coming up for next weekend?
Not next weekend, but next week we got that Kevin Smith thing.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll go see Clerk. We'll try to send you guys a couple live videos before. We won't do it from inside, obviously. Yeah. We'll come say hi to you there. Steve will do the live stream on RatG TV. I'll do the TikTok one. Coming in a little late there, Kurt. Must be on that Big Ben bus. Okay, Steve, your fantasy football down the drain. What happened?
Yeah, I picked up Adrian Peterson. He's going to be the replacement for Derrick Henry. So, I mean, I'm not starting him this week. I don't know, what he's going to do exactly yet. So, I do have Joe Mixon and Damon Harris still. So, those will be my 2 starters this week.
I'm hurting because he was mine. Both your teams disappoint me. My backup is Chubb. Yeah, but at least he's gonna be back.
I've been trying to make a trade right now because I got Burrow and Stafford. So, and there's one team in my league that really desperately needs a quarterback. I think their starter is Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't remember who their starter is, but yeah, I know they definitely need a quarterback. So I offered them Joe Burrow. I haven't heard back yet, and I'm actually willing to part with
Burrow,
Stafford, or a good number 1 or number 2 running back. So,
well, I can't help you out in my league. Sorry. But yeah, that's crazy. Well, I don't know. I think that's gonna do it for the show. We will see you guys. We'll check in with you Tuesday night for sure from where are we going? Queen Street.
Live from the D-Dot.
From
Queen Elizabeth Theater.
That's right, Queen Elizabeth Theater.
On the CNE grounds. So if you're in the Toronto area and you see a guy wearing a RatG TV shirt, that'll be him. And a guy wearing a shirt that you're not quite sure about when you first see it, and then you get a little closer and realize it's me on my knees with Jay and Silent Bob. So
it really happened. Yeah, and for the record, we don't care if our teams disappoint us. We're disappointing you. We both know that your team disappoints you more than both of our teams combined.
That's one thing I give the Bengals. They always find new and interesting ways to lose, and I never get sick of that. Like we lost to the fucking Jets, and then fucking last night, the fucking Colts decimated them.
Yeah.
I get the Jets were on a short week, but still, like, come on.
Yeah. You guys suck. You guys are destined to always be shit, just like my Vikings.
Unbelievable.
Just like Ronnie's Raiders. Anyways, with that, folks, we are out of here.
I'm all stressed out.
We're out of here before Iggy Shuffle. I was rooting for both of you. That was my Icky Shuffle.
Oh, we got a divisional game tomorrow, so that's a big one, man. Playing Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've given up on both my seasons. But we are going, and we will see you Tuesday. Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. For the Wellandwingnut, for your boy Zeus, for DocNet. Remember, go check them out, docnet.ca. And with that, folks, we's out of here.